Good morning and welcome to beautifully sunny Wales. Alright, we're on an industrial estate, but we're that close to the Brecon Beacons because today we're with Honda and we're going to school, adventure school. So we've arrived in the forest, the adventure playground, let's call it, with a bunch of Africa twins and some journalists. And we've been through the basic controls of the bike. We've learnt about steering with the outside foot. We've been in a clockwise, anti-clockwise around some cones. We've learnt about the ABS, traction control, or torque control as it's called. And now we're going to go and do some close control around some narrow little cones before heading out into the playground. So the aim of the game here is to use some low speed coordination and, well, skill to get between the cones. It's all about clutch control, throttle control, using brakes and body positioning. Probably the slowest man to ever negotiate the course. I don't want to tempt fate, but so far so good. It's tough. You can't get the clutch all the way out. Until now. That was really quite tough. You've got a lot of weight with the bike. It's over 210 kilos, if not a little bit more. And because you're upright as well, you're standing on the bars, it means you're so tall, you can so far down. You don't want to look over the front because you're already going to have been there. You need to look ahead. Yet you still got to keep between the cones and keep concentrating on the clutch control and the accelerator and the brakes. You know, these things are all the kind of skills you can learn. Not necessarily to ride off-road all the time, but things that that you can transfer to on-road. So we're here on day two. We've reached the afternoon session. Been very physically draining. We've learned an awful lot of stuff on the Africa Twin at the Honda adventure experience here. I've got with me the guy whose name is attached to it all. It's three-time motocross world champion. It's Dave Thorpe. Dave, hi. How did you get involved with this?
Well, about 5 years ago, we started an off-road experience with Honda with the CRF range. So the Africa Twin wasn't coming, and when it finally was on the horizon, I went back to Honda and put together something that hopefully they were going to jump on board with, which they did. And we've developed the Honda Experience Centre. Ultimately, I want people to leave this centre and be on a tour, be on a ride, see some off-road trails, and if it's legally right to do so, to be able to feel comfortable to be able to ride them, and that's really our objective. People that gain more experience riding off-road generally become better on-road riders, and we hope that the customers that we have go away with that thought in mind.
I want to ask you some advice. I had a little topple earlier on which you were witness to as I was going up a hill that was slightly loose surface. You saw it happen. What did I do wrong? Where did I?
Well, it's a difficult situation because once the bike started to move, the throttle control that you had went on and off, which brought you from left to right. What we really should have hoped to have done is to try and keep the throttle more smooth, and in keeping it smooth, trying to keep your feet firmly planted on the footrest and potentially sit back a little bit so you create a little bit of more drive on the rear, and your head movement was very much looking down just over the end of the front fender. Normally we'd like to see you looking more up the hill to where you're going to and not immediately what you're looking at.
So at the end of two very physically demanding days here at the Honda Adventure Centre, we've learned an extraordinary amount of skills and actually how brilliant the Africa Twin is and how capable it is at covering all sorts of different terrain. We are going to be using our long-term Africa Twin over the years, so stay tuned to BikeSocial to keep a track of what we get up to and where we go with it, and to read more about the Honda Adventure Centre stay with us at bikesocial.co.uk.